Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this video, and welcome to Breathe Within Yoga with Julianne Duffy. Today we're going to start standing, so I'm pretty far from my mic, so I'm going to have to speak quite loud. But let's get started right in standing and get moving this beautiful Friday. So what we'll do is we'll come to standing in the middle of our mat. We want to have about 2 fists between our feet. We're going to spread our toes nice and wide. Let the deep breath in, allow the shoulders to come up towards the ears, and then as we exhale, let the shoulders roll down the spine, lengthening through the torso. The core is strong, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis, strong midsection. Arms are lengthening, pointing towards the floor. The feet are active and they're grounding, little bend in the knees, tailbone tucked, chin is level, so we're avoiding having the chin towards the chest. Imagining someone's pulling us and lengthening us right from the top of our heads. Take a deep breath in here. As we exhale, let that breath go. Just notice how it feels to have the entire body active. There's a lot of things going on and we're not even moving, so just being aware. Core's active, legs active, arms lengthening through the spine. Another deep, full breath. Let the inhale expand. As we exhale, we're going to prepare. On the inhale, we're going to reach the arms overhead. Let the hands touch. And we're going to let the hands come to the heart center. Keeping with our Tadasana, standing pose, we're going to keep our hips forward and with the hands, thumbs pointing at heart center, lengthening through the torso. And we're going to twist to our left. So start to twist to the left, keeping our hips forward. Follow the breath. Deep inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Let the gaze follow. Another deep, full breath here, back through center. Inhale. And exhale, release. Perfect. Let's take another deep breath here. We're going to lengthen through the right arm. So we're going to lengthen the right arm towards the ceiling. With the left hand, we're going to gently grab the wrist, encouraging the right arm towards the left side. Still with a little bend in the knees, tailbone tucked, gazing either forward or towards the inside of the arm. Another deep, full breath here. And then we're going to use our core muscles to help bring us back through center. Gently release. Perfect. Let's continue with the breath. Deep inhale, we lengthen through the left side, lengthening the left fingers towards the right side, using the right hand to grab gently onto the left wrist. Deep breath in again. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves back through center, use those core muscles, arms are both lengthened to the sky, and let's come into our forward fold. So from our Tadasana, lifting out of the hips, let our torso come towards the thighs, the chin comes to the chest. Have the knees bend quite a bit. Everything is heavy, hands land wherever, feet, shins, legs. Top of the head starts to point towards the floor, chin is tucked. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. So as we take a deep, full inhale, let the torso expand. Feel yourself coming away from your legs and away from the floor. As we exhale, we're completely releasing, letting ourselves sink just a little bit more. Feel the stretch into the back of the legs, torso, wherever you feel it. As we take one more focused breath, let the torso expand. We're bringing the breath into the front, the sides, the back of the body. And then let the breath slowly go. On the next breath, we're going to come through our flat back, tabletop position. Knees are bent, hands onto the thighs, lengthening. So shoulders away from the ears, the chin is slightly tucked. So we've got that elongation through the spine. Tummy is tight. Imagine we're in that table position. We could be used to play cards on. Take another deep, full breath here. And then as we exhale, we're going to sit back into our imaginary chair. So with our arms, we're going to start to let them point towards the top of our mat. Let the arms start to come up as we bring our seated bones back. We want to be able to see the toes the entire time. Let the arms come up. Maybe they just stop here, coming out at shoulder height. That's okay. If there's some more room and it feels good, start to point those fingers towards the ceiling. Core is tight, so belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis. Strong core, deep breath in. Let the toes lift if you can, all the way into the heels. Again, if you gaze down, you want to see your toes. And then as we exhale, we're going to come back to standing. As we exhale, we're going to ground those feet, hands reach, or fingers point towards the floor. Deep breath in, lengthening through spine, Tadasana. Roll those shoulders back, lengthening through the spine, tailbone tucked, little bend in the knees, spreading those toes wide. Let's take another deep breath here. And we're going to do that again. So as we exhale, we're going to start to come back down into our seated pose. Let those heels come over the ankles. Fingers are pointing towards the floor, and then we start to let them come up towards the ceiling or straight out as well. Strong midsection, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis. Staying with our breath, another deep, full breath. And then as we exhale, let's bring those hands to the floor. We're going to step it back, coming to all fours, onto our hands and knees. Let's come through some cat and cow. So when you're ready, making sure that the wrists are right under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Toes can be tucked or flat. When you're ready, let the breath come in, tailbone towards the sky, start to gaze towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, let the belly expand. And then as we exhale, we'll release chin to chest, everything goes. Close the eyes if that feels good. Let's go through this a few more times. Deep breath in, opening through the torso, top of the head is coming towards the seated the tailbone area here. Exhale, someone squeezing out the breath, releasing everything, chin to chest. Let's do that once again. Deep breath in, opening through the torso, belly drops. Feel the breath come into the entire torso. Exhale, let it go. Next breath, final round of cat and cow for this moment. Let the belly drop, open through the chest, shoulders away from the ears, top of the head towards the tailbone. Let the exhale, let everything go, chin to chest, release. Let's come into our child's pose. Opening up the knees, you might want to have them as wide as the mat, or they can be right together, whichever feels better this morning, afternoon, evening. Toes can touch, seated bones towards the ankles. Let the arms extend. Let everything release as the head comes to the floor. Deep breath in, feel the torso expand, feel the breath come into the body. Maybe the fingers walk a little bit further away as we push those seated bones a little closer to the ankles. Beautiful elongation through the spine, arms back, the entire torso area. Deep breath in, notice how the breath expands into the chest, the belly, the sides, the back, into the back of the body. And then as we exhale, we can just let go of that breath. We can release, sinking a little bit closer. The next deep breath in, we start to bring ourselves back into this moment, preparing on this exhale, and we're going to start to move. So as we release this exhale and start a new inhale, we'll start to push ourselves away from the floor, coming up. Let's come into, we're going to continue working. We did the other day, if you followed a few of my videos, we did do mermaid. We're going to do some variations here. So we're going to come into a high kneeling position. So you're going to be on your knees. If you need some extra padding, grab a pillow, like not a too fat pillow, a thinner pillow or blankets. Or if you do have your mat, you can also roll the mat and give yourself a little bit of padding that way. So from kneeling, we're just going to have our toes tucked. We're going to, I'm going to go this way so you can see. We're going to go from here. We're going to bring our arms out to a T. Let's start with the right side. We're going to bring our right leg out. So the toes are pointing forward, so our hips and our toes are pointing the same way. Arms are out to a T. We're going to bring our left hand to the mat, ground the fingers. So spread the fingers, grounding the hand. And then we're going to let that right arm open towards the ceiling. Now the gaze can be either forward, towards the ceiling, wherever's most comfortable. We're feeling a beautiful stretch through the side of the body, through the right. Maybe right from the right pinky toe to the right pinky finger. Let's take another deep, full breath. Feel the stretch. And then as we exhale, we're going to use those core muscles. We exhale, we're going to release belly button to spine. Use those core muscles to bring us back up through to a T. And let's this time bring our right hand onto the right leg. Avoid putting it on the knee, so the thigh or the shin. And then the left hand will come up towards the ceiling. So we gently lengthen through the side of the body, reaching those fingers towards the right side. Deep breath in, gazing either to the center of the room or to the inside of the arm. Deep, full, expansive breath. Feel that beautiful stretch this time into the left side. Use those core muscles as we inhale. We'll come back up through to a T. And let's bring both legs back to center. Awesome. Let's do that on the other side. So we're going to keep those knees, keep the knees on the floor. Toes again can be tucked or flat. This time we'll bring up the left leg, toes pointing in the same direction as the hips. Trying to ground that pinky side of the foot. Arms out to the side. In that T position, let's lean towards the right. Let that right hand land. The wrist is under the shoulder, fingers are spread wide. The left hand comes up towards the ceiling, so you can open this way, or open and let the arm come and the fingers point over the ears. So whichever feels more appropriate. Again, we're feeling that beautiful stretch through the left side. Take another deep, full breath. And then we're going to use those core muscles. So belly button to spine, pull up with the pelvis. Use those core muscles to assist coming back through center. And allow that leg to come back. Awesome. Oh wait, sorry, we're going to do the other side. I'm going to do the other part. Bringing those arms out to T. Let that left arm come onto the left leg. Again, thigh, shin, avoid putting pressure on the knee. The right arm will gently come up and over, and the fingers will start to point towards the left. Wonderful stretch here into the hip, glutes, back, legs, wherever we feel it. Take another deep, full breath. As we exhale, let's activate the core. Belly button to spine, open the pelvis. Use those core muscles to assist as we come up through to our high kneeling position. Once again, release the hand and coming down. Let's make our way through kneeling to seated on our glutes, bringing our feet forward. So we're going to sit up tall. Let's start in our Dhanurasana. So we'll move the flesh from our seated bones, sitting up tall, hands by our fingers, bring our fingers, hands by our hips, wrists grounded into the floor. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Strong core, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis, sitting tall. On the next breath, let's rotate the arms overhead. As we exhale, bending the knees and bending at the hips. Let the torso start to come towards the thighs. Let the hands land, shins, thighs, ankles. Everything releases chin to chest. Take a deep breath in. Notice how it feels to let the torso completely expand. And as we exhale, we're sinking just a little bit closer to the legs, releasing. Another deep, full breath. As we exhale, maybe imagine we can get just a tiny bit closer. The knees can get to the nose, or the nose to the knees. Maybe we can just completely release, allowing the legs to bend as little or as much as feels appropriate, creating some space into the back of the body here. We'll be here for just another moment, another deep, full breath. And then as we inhale, let's slowly start to come back up through to seated. And then today we're going to take our wide-legged stance. We did this the other day. We're going to come back into it. So opening up those legs nice and wide. We want to be sitting up tall on our seated bones. So again, making sure we move the flesh from the seated bones. So we're sitting up nice and tall. You can use a pad if you would like. We just want to be rotating the hips forward. Little bend in the knees, feet are active. Let's lengthen through the spine once again. And then when you're ready, let's take a deep breath in, rotate those arms overhead. And then as we exhale, bending at the hips, let's let our hands this time just land right onto the floor mat in front of us. The knees are bent, the feet are active as if we're stepping on the floor. Lengthening through the spine, we're trying to bend from the hips. So we're trying not to round too much with the upper back at this moment. Take another deep, full breath here. And then as we exhale, this time let everything round chin to chest as we let ourselves melt. Even if it's just a little bit more forward, maybe a micromillimeter, just let everything fully release. Let's stay here for 2 deep breaths. So once again, we're gonna let the breath expand through the torso so we feel it come into the chest, the belly, the obliques, the back of the body. We just imagine the breath filling up the entire torso. And then we let that go. Again, the breath comes in completely, expands the entire torso. And then as we exhale, we'll prepare to start to move at the bottom of this exhale. And then as we start to inhale, we're slowly pushing ourselves away from the floor. Perfect. Let's bring those feet together, bringing the bottoms of the feet together, coming into our Baddha Konasana. So again, still making sure we're sitting up tall. Let's start by grabbing either right around the ankles or the shins, just to start. We'll just let the legs open a little bit. This is a dynamic movement. Let the legs kind of bounce a little bit, opening up to the sides. Let's take another moment here, lengthening, deep breath in. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to round over the legs. So we let the hands, they might grab the feet, they might stay on the shins, the ankles, wherever. Let them grab the most appropriate place, chin to chest, letting everything go. Deep breath in, let the torso expand. Exhale, feel the breath release as you create a little more space into the body. Coming back to that breath for 2 more times. Another deep, full breath. Let the breath expand. Notice where it goes as we inhale and imagine it filling the front, the belly, the obliques, the back of the body. And then as we exhale, we just notice how it completely releases and deflates. Take another deep, full breath here. And then as we exhale, we'll slowly sit up once again, releasing the legs forward. Perfect. Shake it out. Let's make our way back through all fours for a moment. So just coming back through onto hands and knees. We're going to keep our right knee under the right hip. We're going to start to step our left foot out. So again, if you need some extra padding, grab a little pillow or fold your mat that little bit just to get that little bit of padding. And then the left foot is going to come forward. We're going to come into kind of a high kneeling lunge position. So once we're here, the left foot is grounded, the knee is over the heel. We're going to open up through the front of the body, deep breath in, reach the arms towards the ceiling, lengthening through the torso, a little back bend if that feels comfortable, tucking the tailbone under, opening and lengthening through the torso. And then as we exhale, we're going to come forward bring our torso towards the thigh, hand on either side. So we're going to start to lengthen our left leg. So we're pushing our hips back, lengthening that front leg, stretching into the ankle. Keeping that foot flat, and then we're going to start to bring the toes back towards the shin, and then we'll bring the toes towards the mat. So we're just going to feel that beautiful stretch into the ankle, shin, calves, all those areas. Let's do that one more time. Ground that foot. Let the hands come onto the other side. We'll step that left foot on back. Let's bring that right leg forward. The knees over the ankle, hands on either sides. Let's come into that deep lunge once again. Opening through the torso, tucking the tailbone, lengthening. Deep inhale. And then as we exhale, once again, let's bring ourselves forward. Let the torso come to the thighs. We'll start to lengthen through the right leg, bringing our hips back. So we're going to stretch into the front of the ankle first. And then we're going to start to bring those toes back towards the shins. Stretch into the ankle, toes back. So beautiful stretch here. Calves, shins, ankles. Perfect. Bring that foot flat. Let the hands come on either side. So let's once more bring ourselves into our child's pose today. Lengthening those arms, seated bones back towards the feet. Again, knees can be open nice and wide or close together. Let the torso land onto the mat, chin to chest. Take a moment. So this is now our opportunity to check in. Notice how our breath feels here at this point in our practice. Notice how it feels to take that breath in. So as we inhale, notice the breath expand the torso, into the belly, into the sides of the body. And if we can't, we're imagining we can even breathe into the back, into the shoulder blades. And then when we let go of this breath, we're just going to let it slowly escape, mindful of releasing it. With this next breath, we're going to bring in the focus of what our true skill, talent, what is our truth, our talent, a skill? What is the thing that we do that we can help heal and serve other people with? So as we're here in our child's pose, as we take our next deep breath in, again, allowing the torso to completely expand, let's bring in the idea of what you do to help heal and serve. It might be small, could be anything from, maybe just being somebody who loves baking and spreading joy by bringing baked goods to people. Maybe you can teach a skill, a class, a technique in something, anything that can help other people. As we contemplate on this idea of how we can use our unique talents, because every one of us is unique, and we have a mixture of different talents and skills and things that we can offer. So maybe it comes easily, all the things you can do. Maybe it's a struggle. So allow yourself to notice whatever comes up here as we contemplate on what we can do to help others. And as we gently come to the next exhale, we're going to prepare. We're going to start to keep those thoughts in our mind's eye. But we're going to start to break ourselves up to seated and gently back to lying on our mat. So gently coming up through seated. Make your way onto your back. However feels most appropriate. Let the knees come into the chest. Maybe draw some circles on the ceiling here as we release the back. And we're going to make our way into our Savasana. So we're just going to let the legs open up. They can also be bent, as always. Let the back of the arms be supported by the floor, palms facing towards the sky. Tuck the chin just a bit. Feel a beautiful support of the floor and the mat under you. With the eyes closed, once again, let's come back into our breath. Let's take this next inhale and completely let the lungs expand. Feel ourselves start to raise off our mat with this inhale. And then as we let go, let's see if we can extend that exhale and just allow ourselves to melt into the floor, releasing completely. Take one more of those deep, full breaths. Again, feel the torso expand. All the areas of the lung, or my word as I like to say, lung cage, fills up with the breath. And then we once again completely surrender, releasing and sinking into the floor. And we notice on the bottom of the exhale how released and relaxed we feel. And we bring back our focus back to what we can do, what we create, what skills and talents do we have that we can help, heal, and serve. Maybe images, words, feelings come up. Whatever comes up, allow it to come in. Notice. Notice how it feels. What's associated with doing those tasks? Maybe there's one, maybe there's many that you can think of. Just let all that come up. How do you feel when you help others? Allow yourself to just resonate with how that feels. And then once we've just let all those things that we have as skills, talents, abilities to help heal and serve others, just let them resonate knowing that they're there, and that every time you make an action towards these things, you are contributing to healing yourself as well. So as we bring our focus once again back to our breath, we notice the next exhale. And with our exhale, we allow those things we do to help heal and serve to gently dissipate beyond us. And we notice as we release these, they stay as golden, healthy light. They're always this beautiful light. And they just release and dissipate as this healing, soothing light. Knowing that by letting them out, we never lose them. We're just allowing that energy to be felt, so that those that might need our service find us, or that those that might just need that energy find it. And then once we've released it, with that intention, that love, to help, heal, and serve, we'll allow ourselves to gently just float away for these last few moments into Savasana, our final resting. Slowly, we'll start to come back to our body. Wiggling our fingers and toes. And stretching any way that feels appropriate. Arms and legs as we take another deep, full breath. And slowly, let's make our way over to our right, coming into recovery. Take this opportunity to do a final scan of your body, your mind. Notice how you feel in this moment here at the end of our practice. And then we'll gently make our way up through to a comfortable seated position. And when you're ready, we'll take our final breath. The eyes can be opened or closed as we reach the arms overhead. Let the hands touch as we bring them to our heart center. And as always, I finish with Namaste. The light within me acknowledges and sees the light within you. Namaste. Thank you again for joining me whether it's your morning, afternoon, night. I hope you got something out of this. Please do like, share, and follow me. Subscribe, give me the little thumb button if you enjoyed this routine. And please give me some feedback if there's anything you would like to see or work on. I'll add that in. And I do have some live classes that will be through Google Meets. So it'll be almost one-on-one with how many people I have. So you'll be able to see me, I can see you. It's your choice if you want your camera off or on. You'll be able to hear me and communicate with me very easily. And it'll be just like doing a session in class, but we're doing it over the interwebs, the internet. So if you're interested, please go to my website, breathewithinyoga.com. There should be a link below for that. And contact me, we can set that up. If payment is a problem, contact me as well. There's many options that we can look at too. It's fairly inexpensive, but if you are interested in, based on what's going on, just let me know. Maybe we can negotiate something. Again, stay sane. I truly do appreciate you coming to this and practicing with me, giving me this opportunity to teach in a way that I can help heal and serve. This is something that I can offer, and hopefully this offering is meeting you and servicing you in a positive manner. Thank you again, and please like, share, subscribe, and send this to people that might want to do this, might find interest. Thank you again. Bye.